Greetings and felicitations.
Hip, hip, hurrah, tally ho.
Hey, my little Georgia Peach.
Hey, Puddin'.
You know what it's time to do? Let's talk about this iconic carpet that used to be at the Marriott Hotel. It's ground zero for Dragon Con. What carpet are we talking about? We're talking about this carpet. This fantastic carpet that used to grace our feet years ago. And in order to talk about this carpet, we're going to have to talk to members of the Mariott carpet cult. Let's welcome Denise, Desiree, and Eternal Zan. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
So Zan, let's talk about what's the name of this cult exactly.
The name on our parade banner is the Cult of Marriott Carpet.
And how did all this start?
Well, it kind of started, for those who don't know, some people think this whole thing started when they tore out the carpet. And it's true that this whole thing became more popular after that. But before that, there was a gentleman who is a professional prop builder, and he had made costumes that looked like the Marriott carpet. So he and his friends dressed up in costumes made from fabric that looked like the carpet. And so they posed as like carpet soldiers hiding on the carpet. So it was like camouflage. It was like dressing in camo, but the Marriott carpet pattern. And it became really popular online. Everybody loved these costumes because they were so creative and amazing. And then this person, his name is Harrison Cricks, and he is the owner of Volpin Props. And then afterwards, this was so popular, he released the pattern that he made online. And then he got a cease and desist from lawyers. They just threatened him, nothing ever happened. Because they said, you can't, this is our intellectual property, you can't give it away. You can't, I guess they said you can't sell it. And he was like, fine, I'm not selling it. And he just gave it away for free. And I thought, yeah, this is great. I want in on this. I want to make a costume. But you couldn't tile the pattern. You couldn't make a repeating pattern out of it. So I asked him if he could make a repeating pattern. And he was like, no one cares. It's like, no, everybody's going to forget about this next year. I'm not going to bother making a repeating pattern. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I'm not a graphic designer, but took a lot of trial and error, figured it out. So I released a free version of tileable pattern of it. And a lot of people downloaded it. And now people are making costumes from my pattern and the original pattern and other spin-off patterns. And then they tore out the carpet, and then it got even bigger because everybody missed the carpet. And then I thought, hey, we should have a parade group. And so I asked the internet what they thought. And mostly the internet thought it was a dumb idea. No one would join me. But they turned out to be wrong because my parade group is super popular and everybody's very creative and more people join us every year. So I just kind of founded the parade group anyway, and like-minded people joined, and we've been having fun ever since. So that's kind of what happened. I just ran with it. It's the short version. I just ran with it, and other people joined in, and it's been really fun.
So do you remember what year was it that they took the carpet out?
I want to say 2017.
I think, hold on,
I'm going to guess 2000.
I have it written down. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes. 2016.
Yes.
Wow, not really that long ago then. Okay.
Because even if you look at old issues of Wizard magazine, the costuming section, you'll see the old carpet. So you know immediately where people were taking pictures at Dragon Con. Mm-hmm. That's how iconic the carpet was. Those brilliant colors, those bold primary colors. And it's just a shame that they replaced it with something that is so uneventful. We saw that in the last episode of Loki. That at the Marriott, but it looked totally different.
Yeah, it's definitely more popular to make costumes out of the colorful carpet pattern, but there are people who do costumes out of like our nemesis carpet, the skid marks carpet, the ugly brown stripe carpet that looks like a toner cartridge. There are people who are now into the skid marks carpet, which I think is really fun and entertaining, that it's kind of like the nemesis carpet, the carpet people love to hate because it took over. Like, let's face it, whatever carpet they replaced it with, it was never going to be good enough for us. We were always going to be like, we want the old carpet back.
But the funny thing is, when you look at it historically, the multicolored carpet really isn't that old.
No, it's not. And it wasn't popular when it was first installed. When it was first installed, people were like, oh, it's too bright, it's too gaudy. But, you know, then it grew on us.
Absolutely. Desiree, what's your feelings about the carpet and what does it mean to you?
I was definitely, I can relate to looking at that carpet and thinking, who the heck chose this pattern and this color scheme to go into Atlanta's Grand Marriott Hotel? Because it's insane. It's an insane pattern. And when I first saw it, I was someone that had never gone to Dragon Con before. I saw this carpet and you immediately knew where that photo was taken. It was taken inside the Marriott at Dragon Con, more likely than not. And then when I first got a chance to go to Dragon Con myself, it was really something I was like, oh, I get to see this crazy carpet in person, number one. And number two, it's so distinct that you, even in your drunken haze, because let's be honest, as adults, you're probably drinking at Dragon Con, you could recognize where you were based on the carpet underneath your feet, which was amazing. And it's just something that just even made more of a connection to the convention and, you know, the spirit of the whole thing. But I met Zan a couple years after, you know, a couple years into my Dragon Con-ing, I guess. And when they took that carpet out, I was really upset because I missed it, even considering how crazy it was. And I thought joining this cult made a lot of sense because I love that carpet. And I thought it would be just really, really fun to be a member and partake in this this parade group.
Awesome. How about you, Denise? What's the carpet mean to you?
Oops, we can't hear you.
You're muted, Denise.
No.
Can't hear you.
Oh, we might have problems.
We can't hear Denise. Denise, jump in at any time once you get your audio fixed. Going back to you, Zan, what are the things that you've noticed that have been made out of the carpet? And right here, we have a lanyard. I think that this is one of the most common things that you see around.
Well, here is a face mask that Desiree made for me.
Nice. Yeah.
And one of the first carpet things, I have I'm going to stand up. This is hopefully I might need to back up so you can see this on the camera. This is my superhero Marriott carpet cape that I wear in cold panel rooms because we all know it's super hot outside Dragon Con and then inside it's freezing. So why wear a jacket when you can wear a Marriott carpet cape? A friend of mine made that for me. And you could probably see when I stood up, I have Marriott carpet shirt and a skirt a friend made me. And Arts Cow is a website in China. So they have extensive shipping time. I don't even know what their shipping time is now, but the pattern that I made and have for free on the internet, you can upload that to Arts Cow and make your own merchandise. Like anything you can think of, like I have a Marriott carpet umbrella and you can get blankets and towels and shirts and keychain, like whatever. Like, so if you want something that, you know, you don't see somebody selling on Etsy or elsewhere, you can just make your own Marriott carpet merchandise now. So people have been really creative with it. And I can't wait until Denise gets her audio because both Denise and Desiree are amazing cosplayers that have been very creative with their use of the Marriott carpet. And I want to let them speak for themselves because, you know, I could not do their work justice.
Well, we'll link to those in our show notes as well. So our viewers just look down the show notes. You'll see the links to all these places where you can make some things. Desiree, what are some of your favorite items that are based on the Marriott carpet?
So when I first got interested in kind of memorializing the carpet, I got a dress made from ArtScout, which is a really popular website, but I do know how to sew myself. So eventually I took Zan's tileable pattern and printed fabric to sew my own items. So I've made a couple of different costumes. One year I was actually inspired by another person in our parade group that did I can't think of his name right at this moment, but he did a whole Spider-Man bodysuit in the carpet pattern. And I thought taking like an iconic character and putting carpet on it was a really cool idea. So I made myself Sailor Marriott. So I have a Sailor Scout uniform with all the Marriott carpet all over the place. And then I've also been a dragon with that carpet pattern. So I'm a carpet dragon walking around with a big old cape. But then I also made my own con bag, like messenger bag, that I had so many people appreciate that I decided, okay, I will make this for other people and sell it. So I've made a couple of those and sold them online, and which is really crazy that it's so popular that people want to go and spend money on these things. But we are a diehard fan group, a tight group of people from this convention that honestly just love a crazy idea and will go full force into it.
That's fantastic. Now, we've noticed that if we have anything with the carpet on that we're out and about, that sometimes people will notice it. Or if we have cool people come over our house, they'll notice our doormat is going to be the Marriott carpet. So it actually is a barometer of who's super dirty around.
Well, it's basically a sign of Dragon Con people. The Dragon Con people know that carpet. And it's also, some people have made badges with it. And like you said, with superheroes, we went to the, we were part of the Wonder Woman photo shoot at Dragon Con, and they have a Wonder Woman costume with the carpet. It's totally
Stormtrooper
awesome.
with the carpet.
Yeah, those are amazing costumes. It's fantastic how many people are really, really doing amazing things with this pattern, like beautiful, beautiful costumes.
Desiree, have you been out and about with any of your Marriott carpet items where people have called you and said, hey, that's DragonCon?
Yeah, it is. It's really odd to be nowhere near Atlanta because I live down here in Central Florida. And early on, when the pandemic had started, I had made the mask like Dan had just shown you, and I have a couple of them. And I'd send them out to some friends, but I was at an Asian grocery store. Didn't think I would run into anybody that would recognize that. Lo and behold, I did, and it was just so nice to connect with someone and be like, hey, you are also, one of this tribe that, a fellow human that understands this thing and how important and special it is. And it was nice. It was really nice at that time, since, like I said, it was towards the beginning of the pandemic and I feel kind of isolated. It was nice to make that nice connection with someone else that, kind of understands this craziness of the carpet.
You, Zan, have you encountered anyone out and about in the streets when you have some DragonCon carpet items on you?
I'm trying to think of, like, sometimes I've worn one of my Marriott carpet. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I said it's a nice umbrella. I didn't mean.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, while you were on Desiree, I went and I got this is the umbrella I was talking about earlier. I actually use it for shade outside in the panel lines more than for rain. So it's just, I was just like, why have a normal umbrella? And this is something I, again, uploaded the pattern and made it from that website, ArtsCow. So yeah, it's just, I thought this might make a nice backdrop here. While Desiree was talking, I looked up, I was wrong about the carpet. The camouflage costumes that Harrison Cricks first popularized, those were in 2013. And then the carpet was removed on Wednesday, December 23rd, 2015. So right before Christmas, 2015. I said 2016, I was wrong by like a week. I was off by a week.
Well, I remember buying it in 2016 because that's when they were bringing in truckloads of swatches of them at DragonCon and people were selling them, and I bought some swatches. So yeah, the timing makes sense.
Yeah, I think it took some time for them to remove it. I don't think it probably all happened in one day, because there was a lot of carpet.
What,
And yeah,
three floors worth, I believe.
yeah. And they still, do you guys know where they still have some carpet?
Tell us about it.
Okay, so if you ask at the Marriott front desk, preferably, not when they have a huge line, like don't ask at Thursday check-in because they're busy. But if you can find a time that's a little slower, you can ask at the Marriott check-in desk. And behind the check-in desk, they still have a strip of the original carpet, and they will let you go back there and pose for a photo with it.
Oh, it's just, okay, just for a photo then. And
Yeah,
with the
yeah, it's
carpet.
just, you don't try to lean over the check-in desk if you're checking into the Marriott, because you can't see it. It's in the hallway behind there. So you have to ask an employee to take you back there, which obviously they can only do if they don't have a big line of customers. But it's just a strip of the real carpet that they keep back there. So if you ever see people laying on the carpet and it looks like a hallway and you don't know where it is, they probably, if it was slow maybe it was slow when they checked out, maybe they're a Tuesday checkout person, or maybe they get there early. Like I'm a setup volunteer, so I get there a couple days earlier than most people. So sometimes if I have some time, I might go back there and say, hey, is now a good time? Can I get a quick shot? And I try to do that once a year. So you can lay on the Marriott carpet with your Marriott carpet outfit.
Awesome.
Now you have a regular meetup for the Cult of the Marriott carpet to start the con out with. Zan, you want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, that's on Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Because like I said, I'm a setup volunteer. So during the day, Wednesday, I'm doing setup, and but they don't make us work 24 hours. So by 11 o'clock at night, I've done volunteering. And so it is on the same level as the Walk of Fame, or the information booth is usually set up by that point. So if you go in the Marriott and you take the escalators all the way down, then you'll see us. We set up where Trashy used to be, which, for those who don't know, Trashy was this Facebook thread that got out of control, like some Dragon Con things do. It was really funny. This was years ago, somebody was kind of making fun of the fact that people complain about silly things. And that's a Dragon Con tradition too. And somebody made this satire post about somebody removed this trash can and they don't care about us and Dragon Con's ruined. And then there were like 1,000 comments on this thread about RIP Trashy and I miss Trashy and it's not the same without Trashy. So as part of the Wednesday night photo shoot, it's in the location where Trashy supposedly was. And which is, like I said, just a trash can. So that's part of my props, is not only do I bring fabric that looks like the carpet, but also a fake Trashy. And last year we had RIP for the blue postcards. And, I already have a couple ideas about what to add this year. So it's just a free photo shoot. People just line up and take pictures of themselves posing with the props that I brought. And people are welcome, of course, to bring their own props. And people have been really creative with the Wednesday night photo shoot. So again, it's just a free photo shoot in the Marriott, lower level, 11 o'clock at night. You'll see everybody in the Marriott carpet outfits lining up, and you just join in the line and, just pose with the props and just have a good time.
Desiree, what do you think about this special night on Wednesday for the photo shoot? Any unique experiences?
I thoroughly have enjoyed doing it every single time. Every single time you just realize that there's so many people that just absolutely love the carpet and get so excited to see that someone has brought a huge swath of fabric to like mimic the carpet and laid it out for them to kind of take a photo with and ogle at for a little while. I think after I take a couple of photos though, usually I'm trying to run like line control, queue maintenance for Zan, because it gets a little crazy sometimes down there. But it is always super fun, and we probably stay down there for a good couple of hours usually, considering how many people want to take photos with the carpet. It's just a really fun time.
Absolutely. Now, Zan, if StarLog magazine was still around and they did a report on this carpet, what kind of report would they give about the legend of the Marriott carpet?
That's a good one. Oh, by the way, I didn't already say, I love your podcast. I was a huge StarLog fan back in the day. So I've been really enjoying your recaps. Love StarLog.
That was on the internet before the internet.
Exactly. There were so many things I love about StarLog. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot the question because I went off about
StarLog was
StarLog.
still around, and they would do convention reports. And they
yeah.
if they did a report about the Marriott carpet, what do you think?
What would
they talk about?
Well, they'd have great color photos. Because their photos were always amazing and really well lit and really good composition. So they'd have really great photos, maybe like a pull-out poster. Do you remember the pull-out posters they had?
Yes.
Yeah, I had, okay, I know other teenagers had, I don't know, like whatever the boy band was, whatever boy band was popular when Next Gen was on, I can't even remember. I did not have boy band posters on my wall. I had like the pullouts of the people from Next Generation, like the StarLog magazine pullout posters. That's what I had on my bedroom wall. So I would like to have like a pullout poster from StarLog of the Marriott carpet and the Marriott carpet cosplayers and the parade group and the photo shoot. I think they would have done a really great photo spread that was enthusiastic and respectful with lots of exclamation points. Is Denise's audio back? Because I would love to hear her talk about her costume.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Finally.
yay. It was unmuted the whole time. I don't know what was wrong. It just magically works now.
Oh, nice.
Sorry about that.
A lot of stuff behind you, Denise.
Yeah, I'm at work. Actually, I'm a professional costumer and I'm in my shop and I put my two carpet costumes up behind me. So you can see that.
You did the Carol Burnett one, right?
Yes, Scarpet O'Hara.
Yes.
She actually happened because my sister is a big fan of Dragon Con and has been going since I think 2004 or 2005. And I'm a professional costumer and I actually was not into any of the shows, the fandoms that were represented at Dragon Con, I thought, or at least back then I wasn't. But my sister loved Firefly, and so she asked me to build her costumes. And so I've been building her big silly costumes from mostly Firefly, but some other things too, since like 2005. And then I started going with her because they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and she needed somebody to help, just a handler with the costumes. And so I started going with her and learning about sci-fi and the other fandoms and enjoying them now. I didn't think I was a fan before, but now I am. But anyway, she was really interested in doing she wanted to be a roll of carpet, the Marriott Carpet Classic, which is there. And she like was isolated inside that, inside it, and was going to need help. And so she wanted somebody to march with her in the parade. So I decided I never dress up. I don't enjoy dressing up. I just build the costumes. But for this, I agreed to dress up for her, and we just sisters sitting around late one night thought it would be funny to do the Carol Burnett, the old Carol Burnett skit, and from Gone with the Wind parody. And so we had a Kaylee Shindig dress that I had originally done for her, and so we put that underneath the carpet print curtains and bloomers. And so unfortunately, I was then unable to help her in her costume. So we had another friend of ours, Annie Thompson, who went along with us and was able to babysit us during the parade. So we're both kind of helpless in those costumes. But we've been actually talking about if Dragon Con was going to happen again this year, we've been talking about bringing them back. So it's just kind of funny that this all is happening now, and a lot of people who never saw Scarpet O'Hara when the year we brought her, a lot of people didn't see that, and now people are talking about it on Facebook. So I think we'll probably bring it. We're working on 2 new carpet costumes that will probably premiere next year, we were hoping for this year, but I'm not gonna have time to do them. So anyway, those are our only 2 carpet costumes and more to come.
It's great. Yeah. I love those and the creativity behind them. It's
Thank
just
you.
awesome. And so now we've got something to look forward to like this year and for next year.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. So Denise, we want to wrap back to you. What does the Dragon Con Marriott carpet mean to you?
It didn't actually have much meaning to me, honestly, because I hadn't been going to Dragon Con as long, and I wasn't going every year. It just depended when my sister needed me. So when she first mentioned that there was this cult of Marriott carpet, I thought she was a little nuts. And I mean, I supported her and I wanted to help her do it, but it just felt kind of like, who's gonna? I didn't expect there to be, you know, hordes of people wanting to do this. And then of course we did it. We got there, and there are, you know, dozens of people really into it. And I saw people covering their cars with the carpet print and everything. And I'm like, well, if they're not, so am I, because I really enjoy it. And I love to see, I'm so impressed with what people who aren't professional costumers come up with. I'm just like blown away by everyone's creativity. So I love, it didn't have meaning to me in the beginning, but now I have a hard time when we decide to march in a different group. I kind of wish we were with the carpet. So I think that's another reason we want to bring back Scarpet O'Hara and the Marriott Carpet Classic, is as it's a really fun group, and I love to see what everybody else comes up with.
Excellent. 25 years from now, where do you think the Marriott carpet cult will be? Zan?
Oh, good. I have not even, like, time has no meaning anymore. I mean, it hasn't for a while for a lot of us, so I can't even picture that. I mean, what I will say, to kind of echo off what Desiree and Denise have said, is that I feel like the Marriott carpet is really just kind of a vehicle for people's creativity. Like you mentioned, the Wonder Woman mashup. She marched with our parade group. Like you can cross anything with the Marriott carpet. So I feel like it's just tailor made for mashups. You can do your own original character, or you can you know, make a mashup. It's really just, I think, a playful way to have fun. And I hope that's what it continues to be. I mean, you can't take yourself seriously with the Marriott carpet. You just can't. So it's just a way to have just unbridled fun, and kind of the fact that it confuses other people who sometimes, especially new people, like when we're marching in the parade and we're waving at the audience, like I literally see people leaning over and explaining to their friends the Marriott carpet. And like, you can't really explain it. It's kind of like you had to be there. Like the more you explain it, the crazier you sound. And, you know, it's just something that anybody can join in on. And if you're looking for a deeper meaning, I don't really feel like there is one. Like, it's just a bunch of people having fun. It's not any, you know, there's nothing hidden about it. There's no hidden meaning. It's not like looking for an Easter egg. It's just something some costumers did, and then it took off, and then more people joined in, and then more people joined in, and everybody joins in their own way. And you can make your costume as simple as you want, or as complicated as you want, or be as creative as you want. There's really just no limits. And I feel like that's a good expression of Dragon Con as a whole. Like that's what Dragon Con is. Everybody comes and participates however they want to, and everybody has a great time.
That's wonderful. Excellent. So Zan, we'll close with you. Where can others find about your group and contact you with any questions?
Oh, I saw Desiree raise her hand. Can we go back to her
Oh,
for
yeah,
just
Desiree.
a minute?
Yeah. No, can you hear me? There we go.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that I feel like the carpet group almost started as kind of a protest to the lawsuit or potential lawsuit being brought against Harrison, and then kind of out of like a defending of our beloved carpet because it got taken out of this hotel and it was so iconic. But it's like a meme that just won't die. Like in 25 years, I'm pretty sure if I go out anywhere with carpet on in the Atlanta area, somebody's going to be like, hey, I recognize that. Even if this group is, dissolved by then and we're all, not participating anymore, it's still going to be something that people will know and recognize. I mean, I just don't think it'll ever really truly go away. Like, it's going to be around for a while.
The new skid mark carpet would be the next generation that people remember or so 25 years from now, or multi-color primary carpet?
I really don't think that skid mark carpet is anywhere near as memorable or is ever going to have the stories that this carpet has. You can't get a better story than this, right? Like, it's just a crazy thing, and it has this weird origin, and nerds, we love our weird things, and we latch onto things and won't let go.
Denise, what do you think? Skid carpet, will that be the next trend?
I suspect that when the skid marks carpet goes, the same kind of thing is going to happen. People are going to, maybe not, it's not as beloved as the old carpet, but I think people are going to be sad when that one goes and hate the new one. I think it's kind of, yeah. And I do agree with Desiree that I think in 25 years, if you wear the carpet print out somewhere, somebody's going to recognize that. Somebody, and there you'll probably run into other members of the cult. It's awesome. Forever. It's eternal.
Yeah, it's an eternal cult.
It is.
And where can our listeners find out more about this cult of the Mariott carpet?
Well, we have a Facebook group. But the easiest thing is, for people who don't know, like, the reason my nickname is Eternal Zan is because I'm an eternal member of DragonCon. That's somebody that basically bought a lifetime pass. So I have a website, DragonConEternalMembers.com. It's plural, so there's an S at the end. So DragonConEternalMembers.com, and there's a whole page on there with all the Marriott carpet resources I've talked about, how to join our parade group, information about our Wednesday night free photo shoot, how to download the carpet files so that you can join in and make your own carpet outfit. So I know it's a little counterintuitive. I don't have its own website, but it's really just a page with resources on the DragonConEternalMembers.com website, which of course also has an FAQ about the Eternal membership. It's an unofficial website, so it's all from the fan perspective. And also, I got permission. This is special just for you, just for your podcast. You're the first to hear it. This is an exclusive. I got permission from the DragonCon store to let people know that they just put up some new merchandise recently on the DragonCon store website. That's one of the areas I volunteer in is the DragonCon store. I help with their setup. So if you've bought a t-shirt from the DragonCon store, I may have folded it or counted it or taken it out of a box, because that's what setup does. And they have new 35th anniversary shirts. And I'm very excited about this, pajama pants. That's their new merchandise that they put on the store just recently.
Awesome. So,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
we're right out of time, but
nice.
that is all so great. It was awesome talking to you all.
Yeah, thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at the con.
Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Thanks.